After studying this module, you shall be able to learn definition of ICT sectors, components of the ICT sector, Information Communication and Technology Development Index, advantages and benefits of ICT for government, business, society and individuals, benefits to youth and development, role played by the sector in promoting and transitioning education. Then we have cross-section evidence pertaining to ICT across countries. The information and communication technology has emerged as one of the most powerful engine of growth and development of economies, societies and individuals. The sector is regarded as one of the most sought after sector of the Indian economy in terms of its share in both GDP and employment generation for young professionals. The share of the sector in GDP has increased over the period from 1.2% in 1998 to 7.5% in the year 2012. The sector provides employment to about 10 million professionals all around the country. In the recent times, India has emerged to be one of the fastest growing telecom market in the world. Indian telecom has become the second largest wireless network in across the globe after China. The sector has played an important role in transitioning, redefining and developing individuals, societies, business and governments. The sector has also caused a transformation in the education, making all learning, teaching and governing education a lot more efficient, effective and interesting. The current module discusses the information, communication and technology sector exclusively. Section 2 discusses the definition of the sector. The third section discusses the components of the ICT sector, which are information, communication and technology. The fourth sector discusses the Information Communication and Technology Development Index and top ranking countries. The fifth section discusses the advantages and benefits of the information and communication technologies for government, business, society and individuals, with subsection on a special focus on the benefits to youth and development. The sixth section discusses the role played by the sector in promoting and transitioning education. The seventh section discusses the cross-section evidence pertaining to information, communication and technology across countries. The section denotes a special note on policies and road ahead for India. The empirical evidence provided for India notes short descriptions on individual states where the sector is most developed and advanced. Now we start with definition. The information and communication technology sector is an expanded term for the traditionally referred information technology sector. It focuses on the role of unified communications and the integration of telecommunications, computers, as well as necessary enterprises, software, middleware, storage and audio-visual systems which enable users to access, store, transmit and manipulate information. The term is also referred to an integrated telephone network with the computer network system using a single unified system of cabling, signal distribution and management. However, there is no single definition for ICT that is followed universally. There are a large number of economic benefits associated with the integration of telephone network and computer system. Now we move on to components of ICT sector. The first is information. It refers to data and knowledge that can be derived from different sources, wherein data can represent values of various parameters and knowledge represents concepts. The second is communication. It refers to the transmission or conveyance of information from one source to the another. The third is technology. It refers to methods, skills, knowledge, technique or processes used in, say, production of goods and services or any other objectives. Now we have the Information and Communication Development Index. The ICT Development Index ranks and compares the level of access and usage of ICT across different countries in the world. The International Communication Union released the latest rankings of the ICT Development Index. According to assigned ranking, Denmark acquired the first spot, followed by South Korea. The topmost ranks are acquired by the countries that are high income with better than average level of technical know-how and standard of living. Now we have the first point, that is advantages of information and communication technology. Technological progress is often regarded as a driver of economic growth, modernization, high standard of living, high income and job creation. Information and communication technologies today are affecting various aspects of the economies of the world, government and societies and individuals. In both developing and developed world, governments, business and people are taking advantages of the information and communication technologies in order to make governance and public services more efficient and forthcoming, to expand businesses and expand social networks and circles. Second, we have role played by ICT sector for youth, that is benefits. The youth has the power to determine the future of an economy and is therefore regarded as the most crucial resource of a country. Though the information and communication technologies have empowered the governments, business, societies and individuals, and each category has its own relevance and importance, however, it is the sector benefiting the youth that can drive the future of an economy. The sector has transformed the world into a virtual and digital space. Today, with a single click, a person can get access to information across the world. The young generation is making the most of the technologies and building careers through social networking, startups involving massive use of the communication and information media. For example, online shopping entities like Jabong, Snapdeal, Myntra, Flipkart, e-learning, marketing and so on. Not only business run through individuals making use of the communication and information technologies running, but they are thriving. The extent can be exemplified by the fact that the world's youngest millionaire owes his success to information and communication technologies. Now we have role of the information, communication and technology sector in education. The information and communication technology has emerged as a promoter of education in countries in the recent times. The sector has played an important role in redefining learning, education and knowledge through e-learning. It has made learning and studying a lot more interesting and effective. It has provided a new platform to students to learn and explore at any point of time and have access to lectures, notes, books, articles and journals or any other studying and learning material from any part of the world. Not only is it a proactive way to learn and study for the students, but it also benefits teachers. It has provided a way to the instructors to cater to a large population beyond the geographical boundaries. It has increased efficiency and effectiveness of teaching. It is also being used in countries for teaching, training and development. The role played by the information and communication technologies expands beyond its contribution for benefiting teachers and students in education. It provides an innovative measure for enhancing efficiency, transparency and monitoring of education, governance and administration. The information and communication technology is capable of contributing to achievement of the education for all goals of universal access to education, participation in education, equity and equality in education, the delivery of quality learning and other education outcomes. It can also contribute toward teaching, teachers' professional development and training and more efficient education management, governance and administration. The sector has played a role in transforming the educational development in countries such as Finland, which acts as a role model nation for other countries for its educational planning and government. The United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, that is UNESCO, have taken a holistic and comprehensive approach to promoting ICT in education. Access, inclusion and equality are among the main challenges they are ought to be addressed in education. Another instance which demonstrates the role played by the information and communication technology in education in India is e-Pathshala, a flagship program by Union Grants Commission, that is UGC. E-Pathshala is a technology-enabled educational product which changes the way students learn by enabling them to learn anywhere and anytime. The program has digitized various educational school board curriculums using easy-to-learn experimental learning models. Now we move on to empirical evidences. First, in India. First, facts and figures in India. The information technology sector has increased its contribution to Indian GDP from 1.2% in the year 1998 to 7.5% in the year 2012. India is the largest outsourcing destination for the information technology, that is IT industry globally, accounting for approximately 67% of the US dollar, that is 124 to 130 billion market. The industry employs about 10 million of employees throughout the country. India has cost competitiveness in providing IT services in form of cheap availability of qualified workforce. India is also gaining notability in intellectual capital, with several global information technology firms setting up their centers all over the country. Some flagship companies known to be providing good career opportunities in the sector are Infosys Technologies, Tata Consultancy Services, Wipro Technologies, Tech Mahindra, Sybase, Castech Persistent, Cognizant, HCL Technologies, Satyam Computers, M-Docs, so on. The IT Indian sector is not only known for its low cost but also because of its quality services. The Indian IT and IT enabled services sector is broadly divided into four major segments: IT services, business process management, software products and engineering services, and hardware. The IT industry has also created significant demand in the Indian education sector, especially for engineering and computer science courses. The IT BPM sector grew at an exceptional compounded annual growth rate of 15% over 2010 to 2015, which is approximately 3 to 4 times higher than the global IT BPM spend and is estimated to expand at a CAGR of 9.5% to $300 billion by 2020. The Indian information technology sector is expected to grow at a remarkable rate of 11% per annum according to National Association of Software and Services Companies. India's internet user base reached over 350 million by June 2015, the third largest in the world, while the number of social media users grew to 143 millions by April 2015 and smartphones grew to 160 millions. The increased penetration of internet in both rural and urban areas and rapid emergence of e-commerce are the main drivers for continued growth of data center, co-location and hosting market in India. This data is given by India Brand Equity Foundation. Then we have road ahead and policy. India is one of the major countries in the world along with China and Indonesia which are known world over for cheap availability of labor. It is the cheap availability of qualified labor force which entails the cost competitiveness of Indian IT sector in the global picture. However, often concerns have risen regarding the education and skills of the labor force which if continued might pose serious threats for the country. Also, the concern over the argument that India might not be able to realize its demographic dividend in coming future is closely associated with issue relating education and skills. Now we have some of the major cities that have emerged as that its hubs in the country are as follows. Bangalore in the state of Karnataka. Bangalore is known as the Silicon Valley of India and also the IT capital of India. It is also a country headquarters to many top firms like Intel, Texas Instruments, Yahoo and Bosch and so on. Bangalore alone caters to more than about 35% of all the IT companies present in the country. The top Indian IT service providers like Infosys and Wipro are headquarters in Bangalore. Secondly, we have Hyderabad in the state Andhra Pradesh. Hyderabad is also known as the cyber bed or the high-tech city. It has become the favorite destination for the Microsoft Development Center in India, along with the title of being the largest software development center outside of their headquarters in Redmond, USA. Some of the blue chip firms such as Microsoft, Wipro, Accenture, Facebook, Infosys, Google, Cognizant, Tata Consultancy Services operate from the city. It also is the largest bioinformatics hub of the India. The third state we have Chennai. It is in the state of Tamil Nadu. Chennai is the third largest exporter of IT and information technology enabled services of the country. Some of the major companies having operation centers at Chennai are Accenture, Cognizant, TCS, Centel, Wipro, Polaris, Verizon, L&T, HCL and many more. The city has a world-class IT facilities and infrastructure and many other IT parks promoted by both government and private entities. The next city we have Pune in the state of Maharashtra. Pune has of the major Indian and international firms and is one of the biggest global IT services and outsourcing exporter of India. It is also known as the tech city, which consists of many multinational corporations companies such as TCS, Tech Mahindra, Infosys, etc. and is one of the IT hub of India. Then next we have in the National Capital Region. This is covering the regions of Delhi, Gurgaon and Noida. They have become the clusters of software development. Now we are going to discuss brief evidences from other developing countries, namely China. In China, The revenue from the IT investment sector has been growing at an annualized rate of 7.6% over the past 5 years. Although the IT service industry in China has a short history, it has been expanding at a rapid and steady pace. However, the sector still absorbs about 20% of China's total IT investment, while in the most developed countries, the share of investment is about 40%, which points to the fact that the country has significant growth potential. This data is given by the IB's World. Then we have the second country, Pakistan. As of 2011, Pakistan had more than 20 million internet users and is ranked as one of the top countries that have registered a high growth rate in internet penetration. The country has the 27th largest population of internet users in the world. This data is provided through Wikipedia, Pakistan Information Technology. The third country we have Vietnam. According to a recent report from the Ministry of Information Technology of Vietnam, the enterprise IT industry has the potential to rank in over $1 billion a year. The Vietnamese government and are realizing the huge potential benefit that enterprise IT and general IT can bring for the nation. Big players like Samsung and Intel are getting special treatment and putting in huge investment in the nation. Fourth country we have Africa. While ICT continues to expand in many countries, African countries still need to go way ahead in terms of implementation. The sector has played a role in transforming the educational development of countries such as Kenya. Despite of recent developments in the sector, there are certain challenges that are required to be addressed and a lot of opportunities that are required to be seized in order to realize the sector's potential for growth and long-term development of the country. Now we move on to ICT sector in the OECD countries. The sector development has emerged as a boon not only for the developing or low and middle income countries but also the high income and developed economies. For instance, the use of information and communication technology in education in Finland has been commendable and provides a model example for not only developing but other advanced economies as well. Given below is the list of OECD countries by share of ICT sector in total value added in the year 2013. The list shows OECD Digital Economy Outlook. Now we move on to the summary of what we have discussed so far. The module talked about the definition of ICT sector, components of the ICT sector, Information Communication and Technology Development Index, advantages and benefits of ICT for government, business, society and individuals, benefits to youth and development, role played by the sector in promoting and transitioning education and cross-section evidence pertaining to ICT across countries. The ICT sector has come a long way in transforming business, governance, administration, society, individuals. It has laid a tremendous impact on revolutionizing education. The strongest proof is the Finland case. Though there are differences in extent to which governments, business and individuals across the globe have reached to the sector, however, there is no denying the fact that the sector has immense potential to contribute to development. However, there are certain challenges relating to sustainability which might hinder the growth potential of the sector and have a long-term impact on the economy. This might culminate into unemployment, low growth and so on.